How's everybody doing? I'm gonna go ahead and read something real quick. I'm kind of tired. Gonna hit the hay, but I'm gonna be reading from Matthew 25, just to drive a point home earlier. Now, that's not to say people, just to clear up a point earlier, that's not to say people who are inherently evil, who do wicked things, that they have the Holy Spirit. That would be blasphemy. That would be calling good evil and evil good. The point is, there are people that struggle sometimes. And also, the other point that I was making is that there's even people on the dark side that God don't want you to touch. You can get the example with that with Peter in the garden when he cut off the servant um, of the high priest's ear. So there's people that you're enemies that you shouldn't touch. And you have to understand when to do these things. And you just be safe, minding your own business. But um, I want to drive this point home, and why we should all have humility with certain things. We don't we always, see the clean cut person or the rich person and think that they are the ones that are being blessed by God, but that's not always the case. Um, all gifts are from above. All good gifts are from above. Um, but we have to understand that at times God is going to put some of his people through certain things. People would probably, like if John the Baptist was during this time, he's a man that chose to live out in the wilderness for that time, chose that type of clothing, um, chose to eat what he ate. And people, if they seen that in this time, they would think he was nuts. Um, and so you just got to put things in proper context. But I'm going to read Matthew 25, 31 until 46, just to drive a point home from earlier. So, verse 31. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divided his sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on his left. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, Come, ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundations of the world. For I was a hungered, and you gave me meat. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you took me in. Now, I'm not saying people don't do these things, but the colder the world is getting, the less these things are happening for sure. Naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison. Think about, he said, I was in prison. So whoever he was dwelling in had to be doing something wrong to end up there. I was in prison, and you came unto me. Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Lord, when we saw thee hungered, and fed thee, or thirsty, and gave thee drink, or saw thee a stranger, and took thee in, or naked, or clothed thee, or when we saw thee sick, or in prison, and came unto thee. And the king shall say unto them, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto the least of these my brethren, the least of these, ye have done it unto me. That's driving a point home, but I'm going to continue reading because this is all in red, and everything Christ says is important. Then shall ye say unto them on the left, Depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels. For I was hungered, and you gave me no meat. I was thirsty, and you gave me no drink. I was a stranger, and you took me not in. Naked, and you clothed me not. Sick, and in prison, and ye visited me not. Then shall they also answer him, saying, Lord, when we saw thee hungered, or thirsty, or a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in prison, and did not minister unto thee. I'm not even going to get into that point right now, but just make sure that your motives is in the right place. Because even people that you try to help, they can tell when something's off or when you're doing it just for you. When it's not about God, when people interact with you, they can tell the sincerity. They can tell the difference. And so make sure when you are doing these things, you do them with the right motives as well, because it's not just about doing them. Peace.